Brown.
In-person sales versus online sales. And this has all to do with your image. Hear this. If you're doing in-person sales, and this is, I talk about door-to-door sales all the time. If you're doing in-person sales, your image better be up to par, because if your image is not through the roof, you're not going to get as far as you would like, / get farther than your competition. Business is all about competition. The best people in business have an insane competition drive. Their drive for competition is through the roof. And so when it comes to in-person sales, the more you present yourself as an established figure without having to speak, the better you are at the chances of having the outcome that you'd like. Right? So when I first started, I had already understood that I was going to do the in-person game. That's my specialty, bro. I love the in-person game simply because I love to be the image. I like to be the human being who can show you and look you dead in your face and feel you out. I don't want to be behind the screen. I want you right in front of me. I want you looking me in my eyes. But on top of that, I want you to smell this cologne I got on. I want you to watch me walk through the door when this outfit I got on. I want you to like those shoes that are unique that you've probably never seen. I want to take off my shades. It's all a part of the aura as you walk into these in-person sales, right? Because when you start to meet people who are not that, and more times than not, the person that you're selling your service to is not that, or a version of it of themselves. And if they understand image and their personal branding in the 3D and not on the internet, they'll understand what you are and how you operate. And it almost gives you a boost because they already understand it. And the people that don't understand it already classify you up here. Because if someone doesn't have their image down pat and they may be a little insecure and they may not have all the features that you have or the ability to be to produce the image that they want at that moment in time, they're going to see a person who's fully confident in what they're doing. So therefore, if you're confident within yourself, you must be confident within what you're about to sell, right? And if you're already confident in what you're selling, then you must be confident that it's going to garnish results, right? Okay, cool. And it's just a domino effect. Your image literally will precede you. As soon as you walk in the door, they're going to smell the cologne. They're going to be like, who is that? You can definitely identify. If you just people watch for a little bit, you can identify who is confident within themselves and who isn't. Who's putting on a show and who isn't. You start to talk to people long enough, they'll uncover all of their secrets to you. Just listen. So when you're doing these in-person sales, it's so heavily reliant on the way that you present, the way that you showcase who you are to a person, that people will sign the paper just because your image was good. But that coupled with results, oh yeah, it's a 90%. All you gotta do is present it. Present it correctly and just wait. Don't be scared of silence in person. In-person sales is one of those things where all you have to do is get your presentation game up to par, get your image up to par, get all the things done. Like you should have, like for me, it's weird. It may be weird to some, but bro, I always have a manicure with the gel coat on, so the top's glossy, right? Haircut is usually on par all the time. I get a haircut every week, right? Unless I'm trying to wolf something or go into a monk mode or not even a monk mode. It's not monk mode. It's like an isolation period, right? Where you take away all your comforts. But other than that, when you get into a routine of always keeping yourself groomed, always keeping yourself ready to present on the drop of a dime, ready to sell your service and be your service on the drop of a dime, ready to tell somebody how you can improve their business with your service, ready to negotiate, ready to watch buying signals, ready to break down a business owner and understand what he's thinking psychologically before they speak to you about the deal. When you step into that arena where it's all in person, bro, you almost have all of the power to make sure the deal goes out. But if we jump to the online, it's a little different. You have to show your image online. Your image must then follow you everywhere you go. So your digital footprint, if it's blue up top, if we look at a footprint, right, and the top is blue and the bottom or under that is red, and under that is yellow, and under that is orange, that's not cohesive. But if we have blue across the board on a digital footprint, and when I say blue, let's just say blue is professional, quality, right? Luxury, right? Strength, confidence. If that's blue, it should be that across all platforms. It should be that across everything you do on your digital footprint, right? So that's your digital footprint. And then when you go to sell, you have to think about how that digital footprint will impact someone looking to buy from you online. How can I psychologically position myself so that I'm in power and that the product that I'm giving is of use and of value and can produce and garnish that same feeling that my personal brand does to the person? And that is a different skill set than being in person. In person, it's on the fly. You got to know how to do it. You got to be good at improv. You can control that. But on socials, you have to then understand, analyze, figure out. And it's not to say that you don't have to do the same thing in person, but it's a bit more strategic in the way that you're communicating yourself, because you don't have that, you no longer have that interpersonal connection or communication. Now it's all on the screen. How does that video make somebody feel? How does the way that I present myself make somebody feel? Because the only reason people buy things is because of their emotions. Let's understand that. Buying is an emotional game. So you have to be able to tap into the hearts of people, tap into their emotional bank for them to buy to you, from you. So you better be able to present that through personal branding on your digital footprint when it's not in person. Because online sales is a whole different thing. You want to sell a course, right? You have to find the pain point of the people that you're trying to sell the course to, one. And you have to also showcase to them why they should buy it without you being there at every single huddle. So you better find a target demographic. You better figure out what their weak points are and what their problems are and how you can plug them, because that's all business is. You're finding the problem and you're fixing it. So you better figure out what their problems are, create a course, right? And then create all of the emotional content to surround the course, to make people say, okay, I can resonate with that piece of content. I need the course. Oh, that sounds like me. I need the course. Oh, I need to do better in such and such area to get to this other level of living that the content is showing. Oh, that's me. I want to get there. I need the course. So it's all about emotion, and it's all about an emotional game, but it's done in a very different way than if you were in person. And is there any right or wrong or what's better and blah, blah, blah? I think that's a personal question. But for me, I love in-person sales. I love it. And that hybrid, like content agency, that's what I run right now, it's that hybrid. You have to be able to present yourself in person to get papers signed, but then everything else is social. But then you also have to get people that align with what you align with so that they can continue to produce the business for your clients in person. And then editors will deal with it for the online and social piece. So it's all up to you with where you want to go, but you have to understand that they're two different playing fields right here, in person and online sales. So figure out which one works for you. Figure out which one you're good at. Figure out which one, because you can be good at online sales and suck in person. Your image could be and you're great behind a digital screen. So you got to figure out which one works for you the best. Do what you have to do to garnish the sales that you want by studying the markets that you're trying to get into. And then from there, once you get there, you start to implement and do sales, implement and do sales, implement and do sales. And both will give you and garnish rejections. And when you start to get those rejections, you just got to say, F it, and keep going. Keep pressing forward, keep pushing towards your goals, keep making all of the things that you know work for you. Maybe you tweak them a little bit. But in-person sales versus online sales are very different, but you can do both to garnish the money that you want and that you always dream about. So it's just figure out which side you want to be on. And you know I'm a little biased, so I'll always give you the in-person. I'll always say in-person, because in-person forces you to not only deal with business owners in a different way, but it forces you to play a different game that you're probably going to play more often than not when you're online. you're probably going to the malls, seeing girls, wanting to talk to them. If you've already worked in business on your image, you already understand the power of it. And therefore, when you see people, whether it be girls, whether it be more business, whether it be just talking to random people that may help you in a different area of your life, getting a mentor, all of these things, you're already equipped with the skill set of in-person sales. Because realistically, anything that you want to garnish, whether it be friendship, relationship, all this other shit, all requires in-person sales. You're selling yourself to somebody. You're selling what they can give you or what you can give them. That's it. So in-person sales for me, a little bit of that hybrid. Love that. But other than that, pick a side, get after it, work hard, fix your fucking image no matter what. And if you're great at it in person, try it online. If you're great at it online, try it in person.
Boy, Mr. Brown.